Alright, we're going to be playing the 2 p.m. Legacy Prelim with Rug Delver, aka Teamer Delver. Just feel like beating some people down with some Arcanists and some Delvers and Tarmogoyfs. Yo, what's up, Otter Lady? Nice one, Arya. Not. Any case, if you want to support the fundraiser I'm trying to fundraise for, the link has been posted in chat. Just click on it and donate however much amount you can afford to do so. It's all appreciated. Cancer research is a topic that's near and dear to my heart. My mom had thyroid cancer. She recovered from it. Still gets tired sometimes. My grandma did not do so well with lung cancer. In fact, rest in peace, Grandma. But yeah, so Rug Delver, not many changes from my previous lists. I shaved one Submerge because I expect less mirrors, a little bit less mirror nowadays. But I do play a 4th green creature. Oh shoot, accidentally clicked out a Tarmogoyf. Got a Sylvan Library. DC Sports, I believe what happens is you can build any deck and enter any event with a deck, and it doesn't show you having the cards. Don't quote me because I don't know for sure. It might be a... Did you draft 2 Swords of Plowshares at some point? That might be what's going on. Well, I'm also not tech support for this, so I don't know. Yeah, I really think it's just that. That's what's going on. Alright, so we're at 15 with 10 minutes to go, so it's probably going to fire. Which is cool. Yeah, I have one hedged main deck. You can check out the deck list on Cardboard Live, or I can tab back to it. You're trying to join the Prelim Keck W, huh? That is a Keck W moment, isn't it? Bum, 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 bum. Otter Lady, thanks for the $6.78 donation. Oh, you really wanted to even up that number, huh? I did not like Magmatic Channeler when I tried it, Elf Kid. I thought it was actually quite bad, personally, but... The advantage of Channeler, I think, is that you don't have to fetch for green until you play Oko. That's the major advantage, I think. What's up, Log T1? Happy Monday, everyone. Can people hear the music and people hear me? Are the volumes okay? Not much. It's Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Arya, you can try to do that. There's not that many Rest in Peace decks, plus I don't think Channeler is that good versus Rest in Peace. Like, it's fine. I'm a tiny bit quieter than the music. Alright. I can adjust that slightly. I think it varies from song to song as well. So like some songs are going to be much quieter. It's Happy Indigenous People Day, which is a federal holiday technically. Blazing Volley, tribal decks. It's good with Arcanist. It's basically the same card as Rough Tumble, except it doesn't kill your own stuff. Log T1. And you can also split it up. What card do I think they'll ban next in Standard? I don't even want to think about that, Dokomoy. I'm so tired of that stuff. I just refuse to engage in it. What is this song? I'm not log T1. I think the start times are kind of and I don't feel like spending 8+ hours at my computer playing an event. It's Final Fantasy VI Remix, the Impresario. Yo, what's up, Eddie? I don't like the start times personally. They all like end in me being tired. That's fair, Arya. That is fair. Bum, bum, bum. We're up to 16, which I expected. Some people probably have the day off as well. Tomorrow, tomorrow. Is that holiday for everyone or for selected groups? I don't know how to answer that. Bum 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 bum. What's up, Ryan? Hope you're having a good one. We're waiting for the prelim to start in 4 minutes. Up to 18. I see Zach Dubin got the deck list to work. You're flying somewhere, are you? Huh. Imagine flying somewhere. Just bought 4 swords, huh. Ryan, thanks for the $10 donations to the fundraiser. Appreciate you as always. I was debating if I should play Hades between rounds, but I probably won't. Hades is kind of intense for me. I really like this playlist that I found, although it's pretty long. By the way, the fundraiser aside, if you enjoy the stream and you have a Twitch Prime sub, hit that sub button, hit that follow button. All the support's appreciated. And it looks like we're about to start in about a minute and a half. For those of you who are wondering, here's the list I'm playing. Not many changes. Playing 1 with Submerge, 1 Sylvan in the sideboard, and to account for that, I play a 4th green creature in the main deck. So it sort of evens out for the mirrors, but I have 1 more card to side in versus Snow, which is an extra Sylvan Library that I didn't have before. It's just a minor thing. I don't think it's a big deal one way or the other. You had 3127. Thank you for the follow. Alright, we're about to go. You're about to punt your way to oblivion this prelim. Well, that happens to everyone sometimes. Turn 1 dead. What's up, Jax? Hope you're having a good one. Happy Monday. I cannot turn 1 dead anyone in this prelim. 21 people. Someone's gonna get a bye, probably. It's not me. It's a pretty good hand. Playing Rogue Delver. I believe this is Jacob Wilson, but obviously I don't know anymore for sure. So I know I have a second Arcanist on top. I'm going to play the first Arcanist here. They did not drop connection, but this is super annoying. Alright. Well, you can check out the deck list on the left-hand side, Digital Sloth. It's Rug, though, to answer your question. Might give it a go soon, Eddie, but not right now. Some sort of Bant deck so far. Could be, in fact, technically, yeah, that's true. Choose not to shuffle, repondering. Choose not to shuffle again. I'm gonna shuffle on this one. A land is a lot better than anything else. Alright, no land. Probably remove a spell for my... Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna chain the Hierarch. It's fine. No, no. I don't mind Austin winning, personally. GPA got the bye. Nice. This probably has to be a snowland, probably snow forest. Could be snow swamp. Or sorry, it could be snow island, I guess, but hydration time. Good afternoon, Mike. Probably decay here. Yep. Let's see, I could. Lands and Eldrazi. The music stop. There it goes. Let me think now. What do I want to do? So I could bolt the quad. I'll put them to 4. Their list is pretty weird, yeah. It's also possible I should have not played my fetch first, but I think this is going to end up okay. It's fine. Yeah, no offense taken. I was just thinking about it. Those decisions are pretty close, I think, in general. I don't think I want to play a creature this turn. I think I'm just going to say go with all of my protection up and see what they do. Alright, got game 1. This is my main deck Blast, which a lot of people don't play, but I think it's actually fine to play one in the main deck currently. I don't like Tarmogoyf in these matchups. Especially versus Ice Fang, it's like pretty bad. I do like Submerge if they show Noble Hierarch. I generally don't like it versus Snow that much, but here I do like it. Like, you just gotta adjust your plan slightly. I think Daze might actually be worse on the draw, especially since they showed Noble Hierarch. Well, even 2 days and side out the Chain instead, because I don't think Chain is that critical. I mean, yeah, it's nice for Noble Hierarch and stuff like that, but it's... Drawing too many bolts is not good unless if it actually kills your opponent in this matchup, in my opinion, as well. So... yeah, I'm keeping this. Null Rod's actually generally safer, especially versus a deck like Death and Taxes. Grizzle226, thank you for the follow. I'm just going to keep both. Those are pretty good. It's fine. Alright, this is looking good for me. Daze is so good. I guess if I knew they were siding Leovold, I would not side out so many Dazes. Alright, they feel weak, I'm gonna Reb it. It's also a good use of my mana. Daze Coatl, so I could play my 2-drop on turn 2 Elad. If you Daze the Coatl, you can't play Arcanist on turn 2. What's this? Okay. It's fine. That's a trade, then I'll play another Arcanist. Or I could play Mandrills. I could ponder into Mandrills, which might actually be better. But well, I think it's close here actually, but I will play the Arcanist. It forces another answer and they don't have white, so it might eat up their entire turn to do this, which is kind of nice. Okay. So they have to plus on this, otherwise I just get to blast it. Yes, that's the point of From the Ashes. This smells like desperation for my opponent. Right, yeah, they have to plus. Did not side into the surgicals this time, but that's okay. Alright. Daze is not getting better, really. Also, shuffling away this Volk might be nice. Probably just will let the Ura resolve and elk it. I think doing anything else is probably a mistake. Alright, that's fine. So I could Brainstorm, but if I don't find another blue card, it's pretty awkward. So I think I'm just not going to take the risk. I think so. Okay. Questing beast, I guess. Sucks. So I need to cantrip into a Submerge, pretty much. My best draw is Brainstorm, but I've used a bunch of my cantrips already, so... I think Mystic Sanctuary is extraordinarily greedy in the deck, but it did certainly beat me this game. Not out of it yet, but it's not looking great. Okay. Okay, that's good. Let's see if that's enough. That was very likely to happen, actually. This is only 14 by my count. Which means I'm probably dead anyways, but... Alright, I'm dead. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick before game 3. I don't think I'm gonna change how I sideboard, but I'll take a quick look. Signing Daze is back in on the play. I have Klothys for Uro. I don't like Search... Like, once they're Zenith, I don't like Surgical as much versus them because they don't have that many of that card. That's not like their all-in plan, really. I think I'm gonna just shave 2 bolts, actually. Alright, be right back. Alright, I'm back for game 3. Sucks, but alright, this is fine. Maybe I'll just bomb the blast instead. Yeah, that might be better. Okay. I don't actually want to draw that, I think. It's funny. Alright, I think this is fine. It's super annoying. Probably just pressed into forcing this, but it's not great. If they have a blast, it sucks for me, obviously, but I'm not gonna not force it there, obviously. Yeah, it seems fine. I think this Sanctuary is super ambitious, personally, but whatever. I guess it's low cost to throw one Sanctuary in. Okay. God damn it. Ugh. So I'm gonna submerge Uro with the trigger on the stack so they don't get a new card. This is probably me going to lose, unfortunately, but... Yep, probably dead. No, this is my normal account. About to be 0-1 in this prelim, unfortunately, but thanks for everyone being here. Kind of surprised. Would think that they have Scavenging Ooze in their deck, but I guess they don't. Alright, I'm pretty dead. Oh, that sucks. Ugh. But, you know, sometimes shit happens. Alright, so we're 0-1 in the prelim. Thanks for everyone being here. If you want to support the stream, hit that follow button, hit that sub button. If you want to support the fundraiser, type !ACS. Alright, sorry, I was answering a question someone sent me. We're 0-1 the prelim, unfortunately lost in 3 to what appeared to be 5-color Zenith Snow, which, you know, that can happen. I tried pretty hard, I feel like, but, you know, I could have played better, I think, though. Alright. This person usually plays Gak. Sounds like pretty bad too, so I'll just mulligan. Yo, Force of Phil, thank you for the follow, and thanks for the $10 fundraiser donation from Anonymous. Maybe that was Force of Phil? I'm pretty sure I put down ACS in the title, right? Not donate. I see. Alright, I'm letting it go. Hope I don't get wasted. God damn it. I think I should just put both of the forces on top. Thanks for the sub or donation, man. Appreciate it. Looking for another Arcanist. Ask and ye shall receive, I suppose. Bum 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 bum. What's up, Ferindo? Hope you're having a good one. Two Arcanists down, so it means I'm more likely to draw a green threat, I think. Sucks. Okay. I think I should actually keep that just as insurance. This is game one's supposed to be the good one for them. No. If I do that, don't I just die? What's up, Hates Control? Yeah, but that's like that's introducing a lot of variance into the game for Endo. I think it's not worth it personally. I don't like bolts in the matchup generally. If I knew they had Tireless Tracker, I would probably have bolt in my deck, but most people don't play that anymore, so I'm just not going to bother. I think Sylvan's good, I think Return of Nature is good. I think all of the forces are pretty good. Daze is kind of bad, so actually that might be the shave on the draw. Yeah, I'm going to just have 0 Dazes in my deck. Because Tracker dies to everything and it costs mana to use. I would rather have Valakut Exploration before Daze, or before Tracker nowadays hates control. I think Valakut Exploration's a lot better. This is like one of the few matchups I would side out Daze in, janky. Like most of the matches, so I'm not going to do that personally. I think I actually do care, unfortunately, but wish I didn't. I was just mapping out what the next few turns was going to look like. Okay. I think this plan is super awful. The Sphere plan is bad, but the Choke plan's good, is what I should actually say. Unfortunately, my hand was set up such that I had to play into this plan. Okay, give me a Submerge, please. Oh, guess I'm dead. That's fine. I think the Sphere plan's super, super, super bad, actually, but people love doing that shit. Alright, now that I know they're going to do that, I'll just cut the bolts from my deck on the play and have in Daze. Because Daze on the Sphere is actually pretty good, if they wanted to go that route. And bolts, like, kind of mediocre versus them generally. No, what hates control, I'm saying Sphere is bad versus Delver, not that it's bad in general. If that makes sense. Basically, the thought experiment you want to go through is if both decks spend like 18 mana, who is favored? And the answer is almost certainly lands. By putting Sphere into your deck, you raise that cost from 18 to 24. I don't even think that's a good idea, period, Elf Kid. I think you're introducing more variance into a game where if you play a normal game, you're going to win. That's obviously just my personal opinion, but... super annoying. Alright. Do I know any of my cards? It's bad. Maybe they'll cast Loam and I'll get to fawn it. The Wasteland is in the graveyard, so... Yeah, that was really good, actually. That was really good, too. I think I just want to cantrip off my Wasteland, probably. Yeah. Because if I find another fawn, it's like super good. I think I'm just going to surgical their waste straw step. That's slightly annoying. It's super punishing. Well, if they cast the Loam, I can actually flashback surgical on the Loam, at least. It's not that bad. If I Wasteland the land they port, then their point won't resolve. That is true. I didn't know any of the cards in their hand, Andrew, but that's... Well... I guess... I don't know, it's kind of close, I guess. Okay. Young PZ was never that common in straight rug, personally. I don't think it's particularly good in straight rug, is part of why. Two fetchable lands left in my deck? That's not many. Might just waste their stage, actually. Yeah, waste their stage. Just looking for lands actually right now. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's what I said, Collie. I think this plan almost never works really versus competent players. I think that's like a super ambitious plan. Just because a plan is bad doesn't mean it will never work, right? Exactly. That's exactly the problem. Just gonna beat them up one point at a time. Like, the issue for them, really, is they can only draw one card per turn, right? Alright. I have no fetchable lands left in deck, which is unfortunate, but... Shit, I wanted that Daze, actually. Alright, well, hopefully it doesn't cost me. They discarded stage. How am I still in this game? Because their cards don't do anything. That's the reality. It's fine. I've been out of fetchable lands forever. Yeah, now I'm dead, though. Alright, I lose. Alright, I can draw Wasteland, actually, to submerge their token, at least. Wait, I don't have a Submerge in my hand, never mind. Alright, I'm gonna play out the rest of the prelim, or at least one more round, but super frustrating to lose like that. Curry Dom, do you want some advice? If you don't, I'm okay with that as well. Alright, Sia hates control. Okay, I think the Sphere plan versus Delver is super bad, and, like, it kind of didn't do anything. Your Chokes were the key card, not your Spheres, if that makes sense. And second, I think you could have just waited on those gambles for a few turns, right? Like, suppose you accumulate a few more bad cards and flip it from a coin flip to, like, a 1 out of 5 or something like that, right? So those are the two key points to that game 3. I think it should have been like a slam dunk for you by that point, but if you had waited, it would have gone from like 50% to like probably like 80% or something like that. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about the Spheres, but really Sphere is a super bad plan. And like, think about it this way, if both a Delver player and a Lands player have like access to 21 mana, who do you think is going to win? So if you view it in that standpoint, then you can determine that siding in Sphere is it's not a good idea, I think. But obviously, like, you did beat me. I mean, it made my life hell, but I almost squeaked out of it in a game that I shouldn't have even been close to being in, right? Anyways, thanks for everyone being here. I'm 0-2 in the prelim, unfortunately. I'm okay not having Sylvan in. Yeah, P-Zepper, I like RG the best because I think its mana base is the best. Anyways, thanks for everyone being here. If you want to help fundraise for cancer research, type !ACS. If you want to support the stream, hit follow, hit sub, everything's appreciated. This sounds good. I'm like disappointed I lost both matches, but they were both close, and blue-green. Yeah, because Grove of the Burnwells is like the best dual land for the deck, besides Taiga, obviously. Like, the blue-green dual lands are not great. Nice. I want lands. I kind of want all of the lands, actually, I think. It's reality. Anyways, I'm playing out the prelim, try to get some wins back. What is this? This sounds familiar. Days of Summer? I don't know what that is. Okay. What if I have 2 Tarmogoyfs? What about that opponent? But what if I kill your Netherrealm Clear with Chain Lightning? Actually, can I trick them? Maybe, actually. Maybe I can just have it all, actually. Alright, could not trick them, but I'll deal them 8 damage. Sort of hoping I could trick them, but, you know, c'est la vie. Man, it's like clonk as hell now. Alright, that's fine at least. Probably Oko Daze back. The land is super nice. Yeah. Okay. That is not the ideal card for this situation. So their hand is Thalia, Arbor, XY. If I let this resolve, it's probably fine. Yeah. Just gonna say go. No reason to cast anything or attack. I guess attacking forces them to pick it up and replay it, so that's actually good. Like, this ties up 3 of their mana per turn if I attack, so that's actually good for me to do, I think. Yep. So I can chain the Thalia. Then they... Actually, I guess I can just Brainstorm. No. If I chain the Thalia, then they can't double block my Arcanist, I guess, is what's going on. Yo, Peter TEMTG, thank you for the follow. Just gonna pass with Force up. I can force a threatening thing. I guess if they played Thalia first, I might not necessarily be able to, but yeah, they folded. The Tarmogoyfs looked super good that game. I don't think they're generally that insane in this matchup in general, but I'm not gonna side them out. I think the bad card is Force of Negation and the Pyroblast. Soul Guide technically clears out Night, sort of, but not really, so I'm not going to do it. I think I'm just going to load up with Sylvan and just try to remove all of their stuff. Alright. Game 2 versus Abzan. I think this is actually a keep, even though it looks super sketch. Daze is actually really good versus them, generally speaking. I don't like Klothys versus them. It's too easy for Klothys to get outscaled by Knight. I don't like... Volley is like more defensible, but I don't think it's actually that great. I just want to make sure I don't get obliterated, or I don't draw too many high variance cards in the matchup. Okay, cool. That's a good draw, actually. They might be plowing now. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna play Arcanist now, I guess. Now that you've conveniently used your removal spell on my Delver, I'll play the more threatening card. It's kind of nice that Delver Seekers is just a lightning rod, and you actually care about the Arcanist more, but people love to do this. Alright, well... Is Arcanist good enough for Legacy? I don't know. Why don't you tell me? Yeah, I do not think that play was good, personally. I barely like Tarmogoyf in this matchup, but I think it's right to have, because threat density is a thing. But the problem with Tarmogoyf in this matchup is it actually gets outscaled by Knight of the Reliquary pretty quickly. Do I even care? No, I don't think that does anything, really. Well, the counterpoint is Daze gonna get better? I don't think Daze is gonna get better, actually, so I actually am supposed to Daze it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. The problem if you don't Daze here is Daze is so likely to be dead a turn or two from now that you might as well do it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I finally determined. Because like being on 5 mana, this Daze is not that likely to be good. Okay. What's up, Armath? Alright, they played tight. I think a lot of people would not. Alright, just gonna hit them and hope that they don't have a 6th land. Sucks. Alright. We need to draw a Brainstorm. Alright. Well, so they had 6 lands, right? If you daze it when they have 6 lands, they just pay and they don't play the Noble Hierarch and not much is different, right? No, they had 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They played Hierarch after their thing resolved. The first time they had it, they had 5, but I only had 1 Daze in my hand. My creatures were tapped, though, because I thought I could just attack them. Probably just have to take 5 again. So that doesn't matter, Donger Franklin, right? They can always bounce with Karakas. Because it's always legendary. I would have to go back and look at it. I just want to figure out what I should do now instead. So if I draw Submerge, I'm fine. It sucks. Now I wish I had one of those Dazes back. That's fine. Need to draw a cantrip. I don't think I've drawn a cantrip this game. So close, yet so far. Probably gonna fold now, unfortunately. Alright. Actually, I can get very lucky, I think. If I bolt this, attack them down to 4, and then draw Brainstorm to double Submerge, I can win. But I think I have to take risks, so that's fine. Brainstorm to double bolt. Yeah, I guess that works too. But yeah, all of the roads lead... well, that's gonna make it harder, I think. Actually, I guess Brainstorm and a double bolt still works. I guess all my wins involve drawing Brainstorm this turn, though. Okay. Okay. Too little, too late. Alright. I'm dead this game, I think. That's... Probably could have done something differently. Alright, that's fine. We'll win game 3 on the play. I feel pretty confident. Double Submerge also wins, I think. No, it doesn't because of the ooze. Without the ooze, it probably would have won. Yeah, so that's not the reason I hate this card. This card is trumped by ooze from them, like, pretty badly. So I don't think you want this card. I might side explosives in on the play, but it's kind of bad still. It's like pretty clunky. So probably just I'm not going to change anything and just hope to tempo them on the play. I think the real issue, like a hidden issue, was I didn't draw a cantrip until like turn 9. But I could play Magic, but I couldn't, like, establish consistency, which was a problem. Right, this is fine. I'm just going to bolt anything they play on turn 1. And then I can reevaluate on my turn. Snapping off bolt on this harbor. Don't daze me, bro. If you enjoy the stream and you want to support cancer research, hit that follow button, hit that sub button, and also check out !ACS for the fundraising campaign. Anything you can do is appreciated. Oh, that's pretty good too. But I think I'll just ponder first. I guess when it rains it pours, huh? I'm not shuffling. I think it's actually wrong to shuffle. Yo, Harry, thanks. What's up? Alright, I'm not wasting this turn, but I am probably going to waste next turn, depending on what they do. So I think the play is to waste them twice, or I guess attack and flashback the ponder, and then waste them twice probably. Alright, I think the bolts... So I draw a bolt, then a drop. I guess it's fine. I just want to minimize variance. Like, I'm so far ahead that as long as nothing bad happens, I'm probably fine. And if I waste them twice, that minimizes a lot of the bad things that can happen to me. Like that. Alright, we're 1-2. Been fighting hard for every match. JP is 3-0, nice. So you're saying we might battle next round, huh? I guess there's a bunch of 1-2s. Alright, I'm actually gonna open a pack for everyone who's donated to the fundraiser and also subbed. Thank you to everyone, and if you want to support the stream, you know how. I would assume JP is on Sneak and Show, but he's also played Rogue a bunch recently. Alright, so we got a pack of Zendikar Rising. Does it contain a Nissa? No, and you can't watch a match while the prelim is going on, unfortunately. I would want to go back and watch it. Alright. We got an Expedition Diviner. So, Marcus, if you don't play Tarmogoyf, you suffer a lot in the mirrors. Or, like, Eldrazi Stompy. Like, there's a lot of matchups where you just want a big, dumb creature. I don't think you need to play 4, but if you don't play some number, you actually give up a lot of equity in a deck that sees a lot of cards. Why don't I choose Bolt with other Arcanists? Because I can choose on a different turn, Peter. Just lava spiking them is not that good. Kazandu Nectar Pot. Inordinate Rage. Glacial Grasp. Draga Visionary. Practice Tactics. Scorch Rider. So far this pack is real bad. It's kind of amazing. C4 Stalker. hope we open Omnath here. That would be funny. Malakir Blood Priest. Seagate Klothys. Ooh, we got an alternate art card, y'all. Showcase Skycleave Geopede, which is the 3/1 for 3 with trample, but it landfalls +2/+2. Spring Mantle Cleric. It does look sick. Our modal double face card is Jawari Disruption, which is Force Spike for 2 mana. I guess you can't see it. And a tap blue source. Our rare is Charix the Raging Isle. And our basic land is Plains, and our token is a proxy card. I will never not call that a proxy card. You're just gonna have to live with it. Alright. This pack is not great, but... Crab? There is a big crab. Big crab, yep. I'm ranking the pack. It's going from bottom to the top for me. Alright. I think the best card is, in fact, the Big Crab. Then it's the Geopede. Then it's the 3/2 flyer for 4. Then it's Jawari Disruption. This pack is really not very good, I think. You hear larger crustaceans taste worse than small ones. Why do you think that is? This is a stream where if you say something in the chat, you have to defend it. The crab is immune to bolt. Are more tender and sweeter, allegedly. Alright. Do smaller crustaceans taste better? Let's Google that. Alright. What does Google say? Marcus, what does Google say? Thank you, Otter Lady. Google does not confirm this, Marcus. But... Did I? Where did I miss it? For lobsters. Sure. Do smaller crabs taste better, I guess? Quarron? Alright, I'll go back and look at the Quarron one. This is a very important question that we have to answer. So you think it might be different by species? Yo, what's up, Niv? aka Trunks. I remember you, bud. We're 1-2 the prelim, which happens sometimes. We lost 2 close matches, and I won a close match, so, you know, stuff happens. Preview text slide, yeah, sometimes that happens. Are smaller or bigger lobsters better? I think it's at least fine. It's not, like, insane, but it's still fine. We're trying to figure out if bigger or smaller lobsters are better. Crab meat is a thing in the US, yes. Alright. Okay. This website claims... Which is better, smaller or bigger lobsters? While some lobster aficionados believe smaller lobsters are sweeter and more tender, we strongly disagree. Bigger lobsters give you a better yield, and the meat is no tougher than the smaller ones, unless, of course, you overcook them. You'll get a lot of sweet meat out of a 2, 3, even a 6-pound lobster. Then there will be more meat as a proportion of total weight in a larger hard-shell lobster. In most cases, you will pay more for select and jumbo lobsters due to the high demand and short supply. Are big lobsters tough? One of the biggest misnomers is that big lobsters are apt to be coarse and tough. Wow, they really need an editor. Misnomer also not quite right, and this is obviously the wrong course, but we know what they mean. Not true at all. You'll not only get more meat with a good hard-shell jumbo lobster, but the meat will be just as tender if it is cooked properly. Most of the lobster cooking times we find online are much too long. Alright, so that's the answer according to this website, Marcus, for lobsters. Yeah, that is a good question. That's definitely a concern of mine. Smaller or bigger crabs taste better? This used to be a magic stream feels bad, right? Oh, that's not something we can do. Do you have another one? Oh no, I already finished yours. I already finished the recent ones when you weren't here. Okay. Well, I checked. I checked for you, Armath, but we did crush those. Absolutely no singles in my area. No, I can't show that. I can't show that on the arena stream. I'm not allowed to. The emoji one was nice. This is an MTGO stream, yeah. Huh. So male crabs tend to cost more than female crabs. Interesting. I'm learning so much about crustaceans. Thank you for asking that question, Marcus, I guess. I'm learning so much. Yeah, it's size, but also supply and demand. This is now a crab stream. Yo! Hasha Sheen. 4 months Prime resub. I guess so. I don't know. I love Crab Bro, personally. You have a hard time eating crabs? They always try to escape their tanks so valiantly at seafood marketplaces. Oh, that's sad. That is sad. Oh wait, if y'all enjoy the stream, hit that sub button, hit that follow button. And if you want to support fundraising for cancer research, type exclamation point ACS, and you can support. Dokuma, what was your question? Oh, I can't answer that question. Crab people probably look like crabs and taste like people. Anyways, I'm gonna use a bathroom real quick and get a drink. I'll be right back for the next round. And just help support that stream. And we have some boppin' tunes. I hope everyone's been enjoying the tunes. Alright, I'm back. Oh, I'm sorry, Armath. Okay. I will take that into account. I needed to get some water. Alright, I'm playing against Zach. It's probably snow. Yeah, occasionally I'll probably take off the music. This is definitely a keep, yo. Gabby Slay indeed. Don't want those. Those are like pretty bad for snow. Like at some point you do want bolts, but not right now. I'm really just looking for an Arcanist or an Oko. Cool, congrats. Streets of Rage, sour please. Oops sucks. Can't tell if you're saying that ironically or not. Probably are not saying it ironically, are you? I definitely want to draw the Oko. We'll see what happens. The Aether Vial Doomsday deck? In Doomsday? Wasn't Walker playing Tin Fins that sided into Doomsday? I think I saw that. Or walked, rather. Alright, thanks for hanging out. See ya. That's fine. A little bit late, but that's okay. That's who you met. Yep, fair enough. So I play this pre-combat because if they force it, then I get in 1 more damage. It's fine. Yeah, I decided not to do that because I think I can win a game by just drawing another threat. That's why I don't. I don't value forcing through my threats that much. Well, I don't think you're necessarily a fool, but I think it's overly aggressive when I don't have a great follow-up, necessarily. I would just say that, yes, you can do that, but there's merit to not doing that. Basically, when I play this deck versus control decks, and this has been, like, forever, I can just play one threat at a time, unless if it's Oko. Like, Oko's, like, a different story. But I can just sort of slow play and not have to take aggressive actions unless if I'm in danger of getting varianced out or something. If I'm, like, in a bad situation, then I'm going to take a lot more risks. But there, I think I was in a good situation, so I shouldn't take risks. Alright, going to game 2 versus Snow. I didn't sideboard that much. I sided in Blast, Surgical, Sylvan, and Klothys, and took out all my Bolts and Tarmogoyfs. Because I don't think Bolt is actually that good versus them. This hand's pretty good. Oh, nice. This is a remixed Ares theme, isn't it? No, Tifa's theme. That's right. It's been so long. Sort of hoping that they don't have a decay for my Arcanist. I might fight over this one, I haven't decided yet. Like, if they go Plow, I might fight over it, but we'll see exactly what happens. It's like a little bit dangerous. Well, land's kind of good. The question is, what else am I doing? Guess we'll see if they let me play another, or if they let me cast the cantrip off of Dreadhorde. This might be an Ice Fang. I wonder if I'm meant to force the Ice Fang here. I think so. They're probably gonna Reb, and then I'm gonna Daze. I don't like Veil that much in Rogue, personally, but obviously you can play it. Just looking for a Blast or a Daze. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't want to do this. Probably just draw the Daze. Yeah, I think this is good. Probably play a Delver next turn. You also 120 cards Pox? Well, that's brutal. It sucks. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles music, huh? Jamming with my NES. That's a funny name. You kill them before you see their deck. Alright, that's fine. The German Ninja Turtles theme's the best by far? What does it sound like, I guess? Bum, 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 bum. Dun dun na 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 na. Dun dun na 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 bum bum. Chrono Trigger is such a classic. Bum 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 bum. Chrono Trigger stream? I don't know. The last arrow was sided out, huh? This looks like the list I played. Although there's no carpet in it, so maybe it's not. This is fine. Their hands Brainstorm. My Dazes have been insane this game, even though, like, generally Daze is kind of weird in this matchup. If you don't use it early, it can run out of effectiveness, like we saw that versus Game 3 versus Round 1. But I think generally it's good enough because their curve is so high that... Alright. So their hands Brainstorm X. I think I would cast Brainstorm first, but it's not a big deal. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba da da. I feel so incredibly far ahead now. I don't know, Peace Upper. That's a good question. I actually do not know the answer to that. Alright. It's probably maniacal not to force this. I was thinking about not doing it, but I think it can very easily get out of hand if I don't force this. Like, suppose they just draw a Decay from my Delver, then it, like, all goes south real fast. I'm just going to flash back the Brainstorm again, just to get another card. Alright, that's good. They're Hellbent, so I can just put the Pyroblast on top. Because they can only draw one card, so this checkmates them. Even if it's Dead of Winter, I just force it. Yeah, this was a pretty academic game. Arcanist just, like, steamrolled my opponent. Like, it never actually got removed. Like, I got to Daze a Plow on my Arcanist. Even though I don't think that should have happened, probably. Yeah, I don't think I should have been allowed to Daze a Ruinous Well on my Arcanist. But obviously, like, who knows? Maybe... Well, JPA lost round 4. So Poker's Wizard is 4-0. Got another match after this one. Yeah, I think you did, maybe. You probably should go back and watch those, but... I don't think you should leave in Force of Negation versus Rug in general. I'm trying to figure out what you took out, to be quite honest. If you were playing my list, which you might not have been, but it's hard to tell... Yeah, I can't tell if you were or not, actually. It's, like, kind of close. Justin Brickman's... How did he... I don't think I really understand Plague Engineer. But, if you're gonna do that, you're supposed to side in Ground Seal in this matchup. If you were literally playing his deck, how I would have sideboarded is to cut the Force of Negations and I'll cut 2 Force of Negation for the blasts. Let's see, I want the carpets, the ground seals, and the blasts, and the trophy. And I would probably just cut all my Force of Wills, Force of Negations, and 2 either Oko or Sylvan Library, probably. I think you can just be a 5-color Jund deck in the matchup, is what I'm actually saying. And I think that's the approach a lot of Snow Pilots use in the matchup. The danger of that is obviously you can't win counter wars, but the other theory is... Oh yeah, I can update my record. The theory behind that is I think your cards are more powerful, so you don't need a 2-for-1 yourself to answer something. You can just like overwhelm them in the opposite direction. Yes, that's one of the primary reasons of Ground Seal, and the other reason is it means your Uros can't get surgicaled. which I think is like, yeah, that's a fine use of the card, in my opinion. Like, okay, if you want to take a look, here's how I would update the snow deck. I looked at a bunch of lists. I like Leovold. I don't think you need Plague Engineer unless if you expect a lot of tribal. Oh, somehow a carpet got cut. There should be 2 carpet in here. I'm not sure about 2 carpet, actually. I could actually see just cutting carpets in general. The nice thing about carpet is that it does turn off all of the dazes and spell pierces from, like, Rogue and Blue-Red Delver, but the flip side is, I think a lot of them don't have that many spell pierces, so it only really blanks Daze. But yeah, I think I would play something like this. Don't think Leovold's great, but one thing is, if you play Ground Seal, I don't think you should play Surgical. I think you should play Nihil Spellbomb instead. But that's more debatable. I actually think Spellbomb is a necessary evil for this type of deck. Mostly because the issue is, you're actually bad versus like hard graveyard decks. Like, I'm not thrilled to play against a Dredge deck or a Hogak deck with this deck, even though, like, you can win, but it's tricky. But yeah, like, drawing multiple spell bombs, it will probably help, and, like, I think there are matchups where you probably do want Spellbomb and Ground Seal in your deck simultaneously, but sideboard Crop Rot is underplayed. Well, I don't really want to put... I mean, you could put into this deck, but the matchup where that would be at its best is like Turbo or like Slow Depths. I don't think that's that necessary. I think you're actually pretty strong in that matchup, personally. Obviously, just my opinion. I could be way off. Bog is okay, I guess. I guess if you really want to construct your sideboard in that way, you can, but I don't think I would do that myself. In this deck, yes. Niv, the primary purpose to play Felidar Retreat in this deck is to go over the top and have a threat that is not Pyroblastable or Abrupt Decayable. My original version had one main, one sideboard, but I think the second is probably excessive after playing a little bit more with the card. I also used to have Seagate Stormcaller, but then multiple people told me that they didn't think it was that good. So sometimes you gotta trust people, right? Yeah, it's better than Gideon for a few reasons. A, double white is not that easy. B, you cannot play Gideon versus like a Tarmogoyf, essentially, but you can play a Retreat versus a Tarmogoyf. Like, basically, what Gideon requires is that you have board presence to protect it sometimes. In fact, I did compare Retreat to Gideon, and sometimes Retreat gets way out of hand where Gideon doesn't, because of the Uro triggers and stuff like that. And yes, you do run out of fetchable lands sometimes, but the thing is, even just playing your ordinary fetch lands without having anything to fetch still triggers your Retreat, which is a nice thing. Honestly, I think there's merit to playing one or two more fetchable lands if you do play Retreat. Especially if you play a second Retreat. So that's my digression. Niv, one thing that can happen, especially in the Uro mirrors, is both of you can have Uro and no one actually wins. It's just like a constant stream of both of you having like infinite resources, but no one can kill each other. Like, so basically I do not like Retreat in fast matchups, but I like it in slow, grindy matchups, is how I would put it. Like, I like it in the mirrors, I like it versus Death and Taxes, I like it versus, like, white-green style decks. And I like it barely enough versus Rug to play 1 or 2. Or, sorry, like 0.5 to 1 copies of the card in that matchup. So, like, it's easy to side out, but I think it is nice to have something like that. I beat someone who had Field of the Dead out versus me with my Felidar Retreat because all my creatures were 4/4s and all of theirs were 2/2s. So it has, like, a lot of weird uses that you might not imagine. Carpet's fine. The problem with Carpet is I don't think you need another card versus Rug, essentially. It is good versus Rug, but I don't actually think you need a third. I would rather shore up other matchups like Graveyard decks or just have a catch-all. Like, the reason I play 1 trophy is a catch-all versus, like, Field of the Dead, Dark Depths, or even, like, just having another answer to, like, everything is nice, I think. Like, the sideboard is stretched. It's always stretched. I like playing 1 Deafening Silence because it's, your matchup versus Storm is not that good, is how I would put it. Whereas Deafening Silence is, like, clearly, like, a stunning card in that matchup. Yeah, so there are 2 ways to build this deck. You could build, like, a very anti-combo version of this deck, which I did start out with at some point, with, like, Seagate, Stormcaller, and Hymn to Torok. The problem with that is you actually lose to fair decks, I think, if you do that. And I don't want to lose to fair decks when I think that you're way more likely to play against fair decks than unfair decks, generally speaking. So I think in game 1 it's better to hedge versus fair, and then sideboard into a configuration where all of your cards are, like, extremely good versus combo or something like that. It's like the classic Jund problem, essentially. Alright, so we're waiting for the last match. If you enjoy the stream, hit the follow button, hit the sub button. If you want to support my campaign to fundraise for cancer research, type !ACS and donate whatever you can, if you can. If you can't, that's fine. Just being here is cool. And I'm gonna get some water and use the bathroom. I'll be right back for the next round. Interesting, Niv. Let me look at it real quick, and I'll tell you what I think. Was it B new? So it was Andreas Mueller, right? Interesting idea. I had not considered it personally. Maybe this makes sense actually. So you have 8 fetches. 8. So it's still 19 lands. And obviously you want to max out on Tarns. Things I like about the... I actually do think that makes a very small amount of sense now that I'm looking at it. One thing that I don't think makes sense is I don't like playing Spell Pierce over Force of Negation personally. I think if I were to Jarvisify the deck, I would cut the Spell Pierces, play 1 Tarmogoyf and a 3rd Force of Negation in this like specific list. Besides that, I think also I don't like Rough Tumble. I think Rough Tumble is worse than Blazing Volley. Especially considering the 4 Arcanist thing, personally. I think Rough Tumble is just a holdover from, like, 2012 Magic or whatever, you know? I think I would also sideboard a 2nd Klothys as well. Like, Klothys is just nuts. I think having 2 Klothys, 1 Sylvan is good. I saw you had 2 Klothys, 2 Sylvan, which is, like, pretty good if you expect a lot of snow. It's reasonable. Also believe a Braid is worse than Return to Nature right now. Yeah, this is really a blue-red deck splashing Oko in Game 1. I don't think you want 2 Sylvan personally. I think 1 Sylvan is good, but the 2nd is like a little bit overkill. But yeah, this is an interesting way to build your deck for sure. Force emerges a lot, but I guess he just expected a lot of mirrors, right? Who's this fellow? Omniscience and Shark Typhoon, huh? That's funny. Oh, my match has started. Alright. Last match of the day. I'm probably going to raid someone and pay it forward. They're apparently black-green depths usually, but I'll keep. This hand's fine. Chris Dissident, thank you for the follow. Or Chris Dissent. That's pretty good, actually. I could go Wasteco, but I think, like, obviously if they have Depths, Hex Mage, it sucks for me. Alright, good. They didn't have it. Obviously, like, it's scary, but the problem with waiting is, like, it just kind of gets worse. This year I'm probably going to go Wasteco and not risk anything now, but I think I had to risk something on turn 1. Right. I'm actually going to Brainstorm here because I think time is an issue. That's really good, actually. I think I might just kill them with these Delvers now. The second Wasteland's nuts. I can Force of Negation a Pithing Needle. Didn't they also know about Daze? So I'm thinking about which one to waste. I think I will... then I should have showed the Force, yeah. That's a slight misstep. Maybe I just waste the stage. If they have rotation, it's fine. Alright. Alright. So the reason to waste the stage there is in case if they draw... There's a bunch of things that they could draw, but there's not a real reason to let the copy resolve, I think. I would have to think about it more, I guess. Pyroblast. So, if you're maniacal, what you could do is try to Wasteland, Depths, and Surgical it, but I don't think that works for competent players, so I'm not going to do that. I think what I actually am going to do is side in 1 Return to Nature to blow up Pithing Needle on Wasteland. And I think this is fine. I don't like explosives, it's too slow, too clunky, but this is fine as a hedge. No. They play green. It's black-green. They don't play that many forests, but it's like enough... They play enough forests that it'll sometimes work, is the answer. Most competent players can get around this, but you don't always have the option. Yeah, trying to get to 5 versus this is not a realistic proposition unless if the game has gone terribly wrong. But I just leave in 2 bolts because it's like the next best card. It's not like good. Alright, this is a keep. Print mold, so everything turning up Millhouse so far. Okay. Alright, I think I'm going Wasteco this game. It's annoying, but I think I just let it resolve. They're probably taking Arcanist. Need to draw Brainstorm. A cheap threat. Like an Oko or a Tarmogoyf would be good. A Mandrills would be good. I really need to draw a threat. Like, I'm relatively safe, but... Alright, they're thawing manually, which is fine. Okay. This is funny. Alright, that's excellent, actually. No. There's no matchup where I would cite an Arcanist. Oh yeah, whoops. I know that trick. I just forgot. Wait, did I have the second drop in play? Yeah, I only need one drop. Never mind. You're right. Now what? What happens if I just let this resolve? They have 2 mystery cards. Yeah, they might get GQ. So if they get GQ and have a stage or a Hex Mage naturally, then I get screwed. But besides that, it's like sort of okay. I guess I'll just take the... I'll see what happens. It's like a little bit risky, but... I can also hypothetically force the action out by wasting their depths and then just echoing the Merit Lage. Oh, that's good. I don't think I want another Daze, probably, but I think I definitely do want the fetch and fetch for a Volk and Ponder. If I Ponder into a Submerge, then I can also do a bunch of stuff. Okay, that's good as well. I guess I put the Forcible into my hand. I can also keep food up. Yeah, but the problem is if I let them have Merit Lage, I'm trying to determine if killing their depths is better or not right here. Yeah, they kill Oko then me, that's the real problem. If I force it out now, then I can elk the Merit Lage, right? I think it's the safest, actually, because then I can counter... Well, I basically just have a bunch of counters in my hand, so if I force the action, then that stops them from drawing Ghost Quarter to get their action. think I just make another food actually this turn. Yeah, I'll just make another food this turn. I think I can wait one turn, because if I go to 21, it opens up a lot of annoying decisions for them. So, suppose I make a 3/3 and they draw Decay from my Oko. Then they draw something else, and I'm at 18. And then they draw like a stage or something, and I can't do anything, right? If I just make another food, I'm safe, I'm protected from that, right? That was my reasoning at the time. Maybe it's wrong. Oh. Did I put the Daze in the wrong place? Or the Wasteland in the wrong place? I guess the Wasteland's the bottom underneath that, but... now that I'm at 21, now I'm going to do this. It was just that one turn. I think giving up 3 damage to play around like a Decay is actually good. I think they're, like, pretty screwed now, personally. I'm just gonna kill them real quick with this Oko. That's fine, actually. Well, it sucks a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, a 2-for-1's not the end of the world. Because I think I can get more value out of these forces. Yeah, I'm just going to Oko the needle. Like, that needle doesn't even matter. Attack them first, then Oko the needle. Yeah, they should name Oko, not Wasteland. Like, this doesn't make a lot of sense. It's actually possible I should have forced the Veil, but I thought I could get away with it. So I guess I should initiate and then Oko the Merit Lage, probably. can use the fetch to scry. That's why I'm playing it out. Sucks. It's fine. It's not the end of the world for a lot of reasons. Yeah, we take those. All right, so a play that they can make, and it's a very subtle one, is they can actually ghost quarter their own bayou and stage depths. But I don't think they're going to do it. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, but I'm also not dead. That's the other issue. Alright. Alright. Started 0-2, finished 3-2. We take those. It's the old MTGO slowly go infinite by going 3-2 in every event. Niv knows what I'm talking about, or I guess I know what I'm talking about. That's the right trickery. 3 chests? Yeah, I remember grinding those prelims. Actually, I'm not sure that I know what I'm talking about. You're right. Oh, Dokomo wants me to open a chest? Alright. Alright, this is for you, Doko. $35 flip points and a SRAM? Is SRAM still worth anything? GG's faulted form. I think I drew extraordinarily well for the matchup. Sure, Jidheim. Brawl's expertise and 10 play points. Alright, and I'll open one more chest to finish the stream out. Or if someone subs, I'll definitely open a chest. Or if you donate to the fundraiser, type exclamation point ACS. That's appreciated. What are we up to? We're up to 1,040 out of 2,500. I'm trying to get to 2,500 by the end of the month. Ideally, I would break it. Yeah, sure. I'll open one for you, Janky. Which sorting algorithm, Lord Matry? Quick sort? Binary sort? Is this worth anything? These might be worth something. Nice. It looks like I'm getting ahead slowly. This is only 40 cents, but that's something. Alright. Let's see. How did my other opponents do? 3-1 up a game. Krydom's 2-2 up a game. I remember that from like 10th grade computer science, Lord Matry. Quicksort is sweet. Well, obviously it's sweet because it's the one like people will actually use a reasonable amount. Yeah, but it's important to understand how they work, I think. Like, tracing it through a few times teaches you how they work. And then, like, then you'll get a good idea of the drawbacks or whatever, you know? Anyways, I think... Prime 4. Is there anything else I can do before the film ends? Well, Andrew, it's interesting you point that out. I think it's important to know how they work, but you don't need to be able to implement it yourself later on in life, right? If that makes sense. Like, I think understanding how an algorithm can fail is super important. Like, there are famous numerical analysis algorithms that fail when you try to increase precision, and that's actually pretty important. Or, like, matrix inversion near zeros gets goofy as hell. There's, like, a lot of little things that actually do matter. And just knowing how they can fail is, like, super useful. PCFD SOYA, thank you for the follow. Let's see. Am I gonna play any more Magic right now? Or do people... Okay, I'll open up the question floor to deck selection for Eternal Weekend. By the way, Andrew, I still think the deck is good, but maybe, I think here's what I think the top 5 decks are for this weekend. Number 1 / number 2, in some orders, Rug and Snow Control are like extremely good. I think number 3. Let's see, Matt. If you're not planning on playing Eternal Weekend, what deck should I not play? Snow is like pretty broken too, I think, as well. Hogek is fine. Andrew, my results with Snow recently, the list I played, have been 4-1, 4-1, 4-1, 3-2. But, I actually think Rug is pretty easy to play nowadays, Matt. Especially if you're not having to stream and explain all of your decisions. I think Omni Show is fine. I think Hogak's fine. I think Elves is fine. Rug with 4 Preordain sounds fine. I mean, I think 4 might be a little bit too many, but definitely... in all of the Arcanist decks, you should play at least 2 Preordain, and if you want to have more consistent draws, playing 2 to 4 is good. I think Turbo is actually really hard to play optimally because I think mulliganing matters so much. Depends on how your deck is built. I actually believe it's a close matchup, Niv. If you play Plague Engineer in the Side Warrior Snow deck, I think the matchup's way better. I also believe a lot of that matchup revolves around knowing when you should cast your Dead of Winter, or what you should force. I think Rug is easier than Snow, for what it's worth, but they're both kind of... They're actually pretty similar in power level, which is why I think they're number 1 and 2. The problem with Rug is I think sometimes you have to identify when you have to take risks, which kind of sucks, obviously, but sometimes you just do. Like, game 1 versus Depths person, I'm like, alright, play Delver on turn 1, for sure, and I'm taking a risk. I lose to Depths Hexmage, but that's okay. And because if you don't put pressure on them, bad things can happen to you as well, so, sometimes you have to take risks. But Snow, I think, generally, all of your cards are really powerful. Doomsday number 1 deck to pick up for EW, totally unbiased. Well, some of us aren't Galaxy 10-dimensional brained. Monkeys can't cry. Myself included. I don't possess the 10-dimensional foresight that the caretaker in The Good Place does. Or what's it saying? 9-dimensional? He can see in 9 dimensions? I've been watching that show recently. Super good. I really enjoy it. What's up? Eli, I'm about to finish the stream. We started 0-2, but then we finished 3-2. Fantastic show. Which is why I haven't... Finishing good shows is too sad. Yeah, I can understand that. Finishing bad shows that you're committed to the plot to is kind of a relief, though, Jinro. There are certain shows that I would qualify in that category. I played Rug. I lost both of my first 2 matches 1-2. They were both close. Then I won the next 3. I was trying a few experimental cards, but it didn't seem to matter. A bad show I forced myself all the way through is Food Wars, aka... I don't remember what the Japanese name for it is, but Food Wars did not end well. I mean, it was just kind of bad towards the end, to be fair. Shokugeki no Soma is the Japanese name. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. It's kind of weird. I think a lot of anime is really good, like in season 1 and 2, and then gets bad after that. Just because they're like artificially propped up by like some sort of fan service, I guess is how I would put it. I hope I don't get canceled for this. I might get canceled, I guess. But yeah, what did I play against in this film? Season 4, I think. Eli, yes, that is the show. A friend of mine just refused to watch it after I showed them the first show because she's like, this is too much for her. She's like, why do the clothes fly off when they really like food? And I'm like, I don't have a good answer for you. But like, to be fair, I understand the reaction. Like, it is kind of absurd that that happens, you know? Alright, anyways, let's see, what did I play against? Round 1, I played against Jacob Wilson. They were playing 5-color Noble Herrick Snow. Round 2, I played against John Lands, and I lost in 3. Round 3, I played against Maverick, Abzan Maverick. I won in 3. Then I beat Zach playing 5-color Snow 2-0. Then beat Depths 2-0. It's funny because I think a lot of people would think all of these decks crush Rug, and I don't think that's actually true. I actually think I'm probably fine versus all of them, if not favored. I'm probably like... It's like a razor edge favoredness in a lot of them, but, you know, that is what it is, right? Classic Rug player thinking they're 55% versus everyone. It's not as bad as GP Atlanta, where I actually believed I was 77% versus everyone. Because Run in 6 was absurd. Like, literally my win rate was like 77% over like a lower gen. Yeah, Run in 6 was not a reasonable metric. Now I do think the deck is only like... I think Rug is now like slightly above 50% versus most decks. Yo, Nico 731. You think Archie Lands is a coin flip versus lands? What? What does that even mean? I mean, yeah, lands is a coin flip versus lands. Oh. Yeah, I don't really think lands is solid, but I might be too biased against it because when I played it a lot, my win rate was like through the roof, and now that deck doesn't do that anymore. So like it just leads me not to want to play it, pretty much. I mean, I'll play it now and then for fun, but I don't think if you really want to win a tournament, it's the best choice. I think it has like a few too many strategic holes in it. Although I do believe Valakut Exploration is the wave of the future if you do want to play it. I don't like the Jund mana base, but that's well known that I hate the 3-color lands mana bases. Well, lands mana is kind of bad, and it probably has to do with the fact that there's a lot of colorless lands in the deck. And when you add a third color, it becomes harder because you don't play 4 groves anymore. Like, instead you have, like, bayous. Anyways, anyone else have questions before I take off? Oh, did I say thanks to Ken Sports Fan for following? I'm not sure if I did or not. I'll probably be back on Wednesday or Thursday to do something. Do I pour the milk first or the cereal? Cereal. Monster. Why is Goblins the best tech of all time? Why are you asking me questions that aren't true? How many 2019-2020 cards should be banned, Lexi? God, I hate ban questions so much, but I guess I opened this up. Okay, here's my philosophy, and I'm going to explain it exactly once. I think Legacy and Vintage are the formats where design mistakes get to live, but certain cards were design mistakes and stepped over that boundary. Mental Misstep, Dig Through Time, and Treasure Cruise, I think, are the poster children for that. Played Rug, and I went 0-2, 3-0 in the prelims to a final finish of 3-2. So, I think you could argue that Uro, Oko, and Astrolabe are pretty big design mistakes. And I understand some people do not enjoy playing against them, but I believe they are within the realm of tolerance for the format. I think Wrenn and 6 was a little bit too far above it. No, I wasn't saying that, actually. I was actually just getting to that point. I actually think Uro is a lot more offensive than Oko personally, but that's a completely different story. Niv says, I seriously think Astrolabe should get banned, then the other one blue-green cards are okay in Legacy. See, that's actually interesting. I think that is probably true, but that's also like a weird fix, right? That, yeah, Andrew, that's exactly what I mean, right? Like, it's bizarre to say that Show and Tell is fine, but Oko is beyond that. I think Veil is by far the most bannable 2019 card. It's funny because not that many decks play Veil anymore. Like, the meta sort of shifted. It's kind of weird. But Eli, I think the counterpoint is, how do you... People don't have objective metrics for banning. That's the other issue I have. Almost everyone has like an agenda. So I want a third party who has no skin in the game to decide that. Well, sure. bannings only exist for wizards to make more money. That is clearly not objective. That was actually for a long time that actually wasn't even true, Lackey, for what it's worth. For a long time they were so reticent to ban anything. So my point is, like, what happens if they just go back to that philosophy? I think they just opened a Pandora's box themselves. And we're suffering through the consequences of the Pandora's box. You think so? That was not my take on that ban, actually. I think that, I mean, we can go look up the article, I guess. Alright. Let's read it. Both Deathrite and Probe got the ban at the same time in Legacy. The popularity of Deathrite Shaman decks has been a topic of discussion in the Legacy community for much of the past year. During that time period, Grixis Silver decks using Deathrite Shaman have been the most played deck on Magic Online, with other Deathrite Shaman variants among the next most popular decks. In recent snapshots from the environment, 55% non-mirror match against the field. Grand Prix Birmingham, 11 of the top 16 decks use 4 copies of Deathrite, including 5 of the top 8. Blah, blah, blah. We investigate. Alright. Gitaxian Probe. Okay, I guess this is a fun influence, but it's worded a little bit differently, right? It's sort of more, it's not necessarily fun, it's a philosophy thing, right? Gitaxian Probe undermines this philosophy of spellcasting and cards in hand, essentially. I'm not sure it's actually a fun ban, it's a philosophical ban. Yeah, but some players enjoy, like, the problem is enjoyment's not universal. It's not objective. Like, I really think the real issue is they open this Pandora's box, then everyone, like, rallies for a ban on certain cards. The one thing I do like this ban announcement is that it's clear that they have a vision for a format. That's fair. I think that is a true point. That if you just copy and paste that statement, you could use it for Oko and Uro. But I don't know. I'm like super anti-ban for a lot of reasons. The biggest reason I'm anti-ban is I believe it actually hurts players and hurts player confidence in Wizards. That's the real reason I'm super anti-ban, Eli. I want the game to succeed and for people not to be pushed away. I believe bans push people away. That's my real overall goal. I don't want people to be pushed away. And I think a lot of players have left because of the constant stream of bans. And that's why I tweeted this morning, I'm exhausted with the constant stream of standard bans. Like, it is actually just tiring to just wait a week. But are we okay with that approach being where that belief doesn't work anymore? No, I think my answer is to change the design philosophy back. But the problem is it takes like about 1 to 1.5 years to change it back. That's my actual desire. Yeah, I understand that. And I guess we just have to suffer for a bit, and maybe it is correct to ban during this time point, but it doesn't mean I have to be happy about it, right? I'll just be unhappy about it and let Wizards do whatever. I mean, realistically, if you do not like what Wizards is doing, stop giving them money. Yeah, I saw the Jacob Wilson tweet. I'll pull it up for everyone. Ari has some good points, though. Like, these cards are not as homogenizing or warping. Like, the point is, Primeval Titan does not go into all decks. The problem is homogenization or warping of a format is the actual problem. Although Ponder, Gitaxian Probe, and Preordain sort of stepped that. Splinter Trend was an actual card because Deceiver XR was printed in New Phyrexia, and those overlapped in Standard Jinro. Yeah, the problem with Omnath is it is homogenized, right? Because it's very clear what you should do with an Omnath deck, which is put lands into play. Oko also has that same problem, like it's clear what you should do with it, which is just put into every blue-green deck, and it will either like generate threats. It will either generate threats or reduce all of the creature's text boxes to 0. You don't know Hierarch or Birds are in the picture? Because they're one-drop accelerants are pretty powerful, actually. Like, Hierarch I think is better than Birds, but Birds is also good, too. So, when Birds and Hierarch were played a lot, you could ramp into Knight of the Reliquary on turn 2. Pretty often. Like, oh, let me all right, not to blow my own horn, but let me show people some of the old PTQ decks that I played. Like, this is an example of a deck I played in PTQ when Jund was popular, like Standard Jund, and this deck was extremely good. We have Birds, we have Bloodbraid, we have Vengevine, discard to Jund. Like, you discard Vengevines to Blightning. Kingspark Mages for the Basilisk color to win the creature mirrors. This was like a Jerry-built deck to begin with. No, this is... The Lightsaber version played Wild and the Cattle, but this version got... This version was really good. Yeah, I played Realm Razor to try to beat Valakut decks, then I realized later on that if they just Lightning Bolt the Realm Razor, all of their lands are going to come back, and then all of your shit's going to die, so I stopped... I would stop setting it. Yeah, you're talking about Mythic Conscription. I'll pull that up real quick. Yes, I think it would have actually. It might not have been as bad, but I think really you see acceleration of metagames because of COVID as well. But yeah, this deck was sick as well. Lotus Cobra was broken in this deck because of like Zendikar fetch lands is the real problem. I remember playing a game with this deck the week after Raptor won Nats versus a white-blue control opponent. I was on the play, I went turn 1 Forest Hierarch. They went turn 1 Colonnade. Turn 2 I went Cobra, Fetch, Cast Explore, Fetch, played Jace, Fate Sealed them, and then they conceded. So yeah, this deck was insane. Do any of these decks stack up to current standard decks? I'm not sure. That's like an interesting question. I kind of think the maybe, but it's hard to tell. But standard is always dictated. Like standard is always relative is the problem, I guess. So I don't know. It's hard to tell without actually playing. I think this deck would have taken you to the Worlds if you didn't get chickenpox. Fair enough. All right. All right. Okay. I think it's getting late. I don't want to ramble on too much more. Yeah, Clamp Affinity was a little bit different, but I actually do think Clamp Affinity would steamroll a lot of decks. Anyways, who do y'all want to raid? Cedric? Jim Davis? Or Jorbs? Jorbs is playing Among Us. Is that AP? Alright. Cedric. Phillips. Alright, I'm gonna be back either Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure which, to stream, so try to catch me then. It'll be in the evening, Eastern time. I had today off, so I streamed the prelim. Anyways, thanks for everyone being here. If you like the stream, hit that bell button, hit that sub button, and donate to the fundraiser if you can afford it. Anyways, I'll see you all. Thank you.